Oh, fucking here we go, cunt. Hello? Can you hear me? Us? Yeah. It should be working. I'll fucking bring this a little bit closer.
Yeah, man. Should be good.
What's going on?
Afternoon, good morning to whoever.
Daniel's already on it. Yeah, he's basically on it. Fucking little cunt. Yeah, fuck. Blue monstrosity. What's going on, Matt? Can we get this fucking high? More wider? No. Yeah, what's happening, Mark?
Yeah, not much. Just having a cheeky rest day.
Fucking,
I think it's well deserved.
yeah, Mark.
And we're 2 subs off 500. So let's try and get there by the end of this term. What do you say?
Yeah, Mark. So we'll let people fucking join before we start talking shit.
Yeah. Seeing as there's like, what, 2 people watching? Those are rookie numbers. We're going to get those numbers up. Okay. Boom.
Oh, fuck yeah. It's been a while.
Mm.
Oh, we're going to talk, you know what we're going to talk about? Fucking garage wars, cunt.
Of course.
Main event, Matt.
Bigger than anything, that.
Bigger than anything fucking here, Matt. Ah, shit. We got to share this shit, don't we? We should have shared it.
I did share it, but that was hours ago. But now that we're actually live, we should share it. Dan said he's going to go share this.
Oh, okay. Well, leave it to Daniel then. He's got it covered, Matt.
You might.
Chat. Live now.
Live.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. So who's in chat at the moment? Is Lockie still there? How's Callie? Fucking not there. Classic shit.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear us? Just making sure.
At least we got it worked out this time instead of last time where we had to just make a new stream.
Yeah. Fucking everyone's probably watching Beers with Burgoyne. I think he's on at the moment.
Is he?
Yeah. Fucking cunt. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Daniel. So is that feeling it? All right, awesome.
Hear loud and clear.
Good.
So, do you want to run through what we're going to be discussing today?
Yeah. So we can't ignore what's happening this weekend. Basically, tomorrow. No, for us it's Sunday. For you Americans, it's tomorrow. Wait, is it? No,
it's tomorrow.
They're a day behind. Yeah, I'm just fucking myself up here.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. Less than a day away.
Yeah. Todzilla versus Lachlan Adair.
Yeah.
What do you think? Who's got it? And how's it going to go?
I think it's going to be a case of 3-2 either way. But I really can't call who's going to win.
Yep.
You have to back the Aussie for, patriotic reasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to support our brother.
And when I spoke to Lockie about his upcoming match with Blue, he was very confident. And I still know that he's confident for this match. So I'm going to choose Lockie on this one. But
So 3-2 Lockie.
I think I'm going to have to. 3-2 Lockie. Where you might?
I was in Todd's camp to start with.
Yeah.
And then talking to Lachlan, and watching his interviews. I'm over on Lachlan's side now. Yeah, I think it might be, if it's a best out of 5, it's 1 round to Todd, 4 rounds to Lachlan.
Yeah, I mean, if Todd and Corey West's match was anything to go by, I think the first pin's most likely going to be Lockie.
Yeah.
But I really don't think that Lockie's going to make the same mistakes Corey did. And I don't think he's going to fade as easily either.
Exactly. I don't think he's going to fade as easily either.
Yeah.
But not only that, the reasoning behind my fucking my prediction is Lachlan's younger. Lachlan's been training for 2 years specifically for Todd.
Yeah.
All right. He's created a style where it honestly counters Todd's style. From what he said, and he's confident behind his decision, so
Yeah.
you know,
Sure.
it's hard to argue fucking against it.
Yeah. And people that tend to have the most success against Todd Hutchins tend to go in and meet him at his power. Look at Jerry Cataract.
Yeah.
You look at people like Prudnick.
Yeah.
They're generally speaking, it's going in, it's going hard.
Yeah.
You see Matt Lask, really intense top rollers that get stuck with Todd. So yeah, I really do think that running from Todd isn't the best thing to do.
Yeah, he's not going to run from him.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. Another thing, guys, as we go, we want this to be somewhat of a Q&A as well. So please
Just throw
ask
questions
us
our way.
any questions you want, whether it's related to my current trip in Sydney, what we're doing, what we have been doing, our training, or anything we choose to talk about today, whether it's Todd Blocky, East versus West, and garage wars. But yeah.
Daniel, you know Todd is going to win, right? I mean, if history is to go anything off, you know, it's probably true.
Mm-hmm.
But we're backing our boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mamma mia, are you lads in Newcastle tomorrow? Yeah, we'll be training at Jacobs tomorrow at Newcastle, fucking 5 o'clock.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're bringing some boys up. Almost at 500. Burnett Brothers, thank you. Yes. Yeah, almost there.
What's up, boys?
What's going on, lads?
Yeah, I mean, when we last checked, we were on 498. So
yeah, we're getting there. I mean, we've been pushing a lot of fucking videos this week just because we're taking advantage of it.
Definitely. And we've been
Andy been Downing.
We've been trialing some new software, some new equipment as well. So we're just getting the hang of things there.
Yeah.
So be patient with us in that respect. But yeah, Levon, Second Nature Billy's living.
Yeah, that's obviously Lachlan. Fucking, he's made another account while he's in isolation. Fucking.
Love it.
Don't even want your subs, mate.
Mark says 6-0 to Lockie.
Yeah. Mark trained with him on just before he left.
Yeah. Cheap.
How's he feeling, Mark? Could anyone really touch him? Except obviously Vitali, but when did Vitali grip up with him? Was it late in the practice? Just let me know. Yeah, cheek clapper. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, so when we I think it was Tuesday night, we did a live stream.
Yeah.
Cheek clapper said he'd see us tomorrow at training. So I thought, cool, he must be part of the Sydney club. But no one came out and said they were the cheek clapper. So yeah, review yourself.
Couldn't make it Wednesday night. Yeah, I think he's from Buck and Wollongong.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think I know who it is. Motherfucker. Nah, he's all right.
Vitali, sup lads? How you doing, bro?
Have a fucking Joe B on us, mate.
Yeah, Mamma Mia says, keen to see you fellas.
Yeah, fucking oath. We'll fucking interrogate every one of you until we find out who you are tomorrow.
Literally. So
Levon's kidney, imposter.
Chico said, what does it say? Kenny
couldn't make it.
Kenny Coast represent?
Huh?
Is it the second last?
Oh, Central Coast represent. It might be Reese. No, it might be Aaron. No, forget about it. I don't care. Not even close. Yeah, Mark, so not even close. Yeah, pretty much. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. Has anyone made any bets on or put some money down on Lockie versus Todd?
What, did you put a bet on?
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. Just curious to know.
Yeah, anyone bet on State Kings?
Yeah.
At all?
It's easy to, pick a side or choose, this person's winning. But then if you have to put money on it, you're like, oh, I don't know. And it's always a few days out that my opinion seems to somewhat vary and change just because I think, well, fuck, this person's looking better and better. Like you see some recent footage, just like, oh, fuck that. I don't know. I was more confident in Todd originally, but the closer and closer I get to the event, he just looks great.
Oh, you got to take the obvious, right? Where Lachlan's younger, Lachlan's been training, in my eyes, a lot fucking harder.
Yeah.
He's got his programming down to a fucking T. Well, so does Todd too.
Yeah.
And I think Lachlan's way more hungrier for it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think so too.
That plays a big factor in my eyes.
For sure. So I'm calling it 3-2 Lockie.
Yep.
Happily eat my words if it's not the case tomorrow. And that's obviously not taking anything away from Todd.
Todd's in his own right a fucking legend.
He is. He's just crazy. So, and I was lucky enough to grip up with him back in 2019. Had a good time with him there when he visited Melbourne.
Did you get pins on him? Like practice pins on him?
Yeah, but then again,
that's all you need.
It's just practice. So.
That's all you need. Don't ever touch his hand in comp now.
No, exactly right. Cool.
So Mark just went to State Kings earlier, but sold out. Yeah, I heard his blocks were selling out. Like his blocks. Yeah. Yeah. Well, no wonder. Daniel Ulrich, 4-1 Todd. Yeah. That's what I was thinking when I first fucking heard of this match actually happening. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
But knowing Lockie, it's being annoying.
Okay. Let's make an assumption. Lachlan wins tomorrow. Who does he then verse and take on?
Well, he's not. To me, in my eyes, he can't go up from Todd. Not yet.
No.
He needs to beat people like Marcio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think Marcio would be a great match.
Yeah.
Underarm wars would be fucking sick.
Yeah.
If they can make that happen.
For sure. And what I find interesting is that Todd has Marcio's number in recent history. However, I actually think Marcio is more problematic for Lockie than Todd.
Yep. Stylistically makes sense.
Of course, yeah. But if we were to look at a European, who would you want Lockie to face next?
Yeah, it'd be Krasi.
Reckon Krasi?
Yeah.
That would be an interesting match.
Krasi or... No, I'd say Krasi.
What about a rematch with Mike Aiello?
Nah. Even Mike says he'll get flogged.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, Mike Aiello doesn't seem too keen from posts that I've seen, at least. Yeah. They call John the Giant Slayer, but Todd is always 230, 240 against super heavy. Yeah, you're not wrong there, Daniel. That's very true. Thomas the Tank Ingen. He wins, he should verse people around the same way like Krasi. Yeah, exactly. Yep, Vitali back in Lockie, of course. Can't not back him. He's our boy. If you could win Mike Aiello. Yeah. What about Lockie versus Brzenk? Probably not. I don't think so. I don't know. If Brzenk flogs fucking Hadzu, what then?
I just have a feeling that John can always pull something out with his hand.
Yeah.
But you never know. We saw what John was able to do to Devon round one.
It was pretty cool that he could do that without his hand.
For sure. So, look, I actually think, I think John would still be the favourite.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see it. Yeah.
Okay. Lockie will get crushed by US power. Levan's liver. Yeah, if you say so.
Unbelievable. He's there for what, 4 weeks?
Oh no, he's converted. Apparently Neil wants Sandris versus Lockie. That'd be another good match too. Yeah. Yeah, how could we forget? Yeah, done.
And I mean, they in friendly fashion go toe to toe on a few lifts on Instagram sometimes.
Yeah.
So they're always fun to watch and comment. Who does Sanders have coming up? Chance Shaw?
Chance Shaw and East versus West.
I think that's going to be a whitewash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Chance. I really do. But Sanders is an animal.
Yeah.
Just from his fucking performance at Europeans and Worlds.
Yeah.
You can't fuck with that.
Can we talk about quickly Derrick Smith versus Tim Prism?
Yeah.
Because
what's your prediction?
I love Derrick. Like I'm rooting for him 100%. But I can't look past Tim Prism. He's just that guy that you can never count out. I mean,
I've spoken to a few people over there, and they all said Tim.
Yeah.
But
what's everyone think?
But
Tim
Derrick, man. I want Derrick to win.
Derrick
I want to back Derrick.
He's an upcomer.
Backing Derrick.
He's an upcomer. He's huge. He's young. He's hungry, of course. And he's just getting bigger and bigger.
He's got the right idea for training too.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my eyes.
Tim Prism, however, is just that puller who's always in form. He's always
No matter what time of the year, he's fucking pulling the big boys.
Exactly.
He can hang with them too.
Yeah. So, I mean, who did Derrick say that he wanted if he was able to beat Tim?
You mentioned Kadecha for a top 8.
He's really putting himself out there, which props to him.
I think that'd be a fucking skits match.
Yeah.
Him and Kadecha.
They're basically the same size, yeah?
Yeah. 6'7" is Kadecha and Derrick's 6'8" from what he said.
Yeah. Interesting.
All right, where the
Catch
fuck
up on a few
are we?
comments.
Yeah. Daniel Ulrich or Sasho. Oh, was that for what's it called? Oh, Lockie versus Sasho? Nah. Different weight class.
Yeah.
It'd still be cool, and I'd love to see it, but it won't happen.
Yeah.
Unless, Sasho comes here, like Ryan Bowen said.
Yeah.
And they verse. But who knows if that's happening.
Yeah, I mean, that's all still, that's still apparently in the works. Nothing confirmed.
Yeah. If Lucky beats Todd, that's a huge step up straight in European matchups. Yeah, I mean, he can go now if he really wanted to, but I think the narrative is good. It sells fucking pay-per-view fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Like their beef for the last 2 years or some shit. But now it's sort of died down, which is good because we don't want that sort of shit.
Yeah, I really would like to see a Lockie versus Krassi.
Yeah. I think it's the appropriate matchup. If he flogs Todd.
Yeah.
Forget USA matchups. After Todd, who else is there?
Yeah.
Like Lockie and Dave, Chafe. I mean, Marcia would be a good match, but then after that, you could possibly get Matt. What's it called? Matt Mask. Obviously, he's from Canada, but
yeah. How do you think Lockie would go against Jerry Cataract? I don't think Lockie's there yet. I just can't see that at all.
Yeah, that's very hard to call.
I think there's just too much power there.
Not only that, there's not enough data on Lockie yet.
Yeah. Tomorrow is going to answer a lot of questions for us.
Yeah.
We're going to see exactly where he sits relative to USA and possibly the world. And it's also going to give an indicator about relatively where Australia's at. Obviously, majority of Australia isn't that close to Lachlan. But
that's right.
For the top 5, I would say in Australia, it really starts to put things into perspective about where we all sit. So
Yeah, pretty much. Do you really think Ryan had RBJ or has RBJ? Not in my eyes. No.
I can't. Yeah. I mean, I just think RBJ's hand is going to cause a lot of problems for Blue.
Even like strap applied, I don't think it's going to be an issue for RBJ.
I think Blue can slow him down for sure and maybe give him a match, but ultimately I still have to pick RBJ.
Yeah.
But, who knows? I think Lockie versus Brett Coots for an Aussie match. International, I would like to see Lockie versus Alo.
Yeah, Lockie versus Brett would be fucking awesome. And you know what? We'll probably see that over the top this year.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
I've got Brett Coots in
and
a week and a half, left and right. So this is going to be a huge match for me.
Yeah.
And hopefully this will put me back where I think I should be and shut a few people up. But, we'll see what happens.
Where do you think you are now in let's just say the top 10?
I mean, between 5 and 10, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheek clapper, Andy, how does Sydney club level stack against Mel? There's more depth in Sydney. Melbourne has had a lot of troubles with our depth since COVID hit us. Over the last 2 years, we've seen a lot of people come and go, and unfortunately, a lot of veterans leave the sport.
Beer. 1 sec.
To give you an example or some perspective, the main club in Victoria, which is hosted or run by Andrew Lee, House of Pain, that was used to getting, on average 25 to 35 people every Wednesday night. However, since COVID has hit, we're getting anywhere from 5 to 8 people at a training session, which is really disappointing because it's halting a lot of people's progress because there's only so much you can do, whether it's specifics or gym work. If you're not getting your table time in with, enough variation and enough hands out there, you're really going to struggle to progress. So that's what we're seeing. Having said that, coming to Sydney, there was about, what would you say, 20 plus people?
That's about 25.
25 people that rocked up to practice on Wednesday, which was just a big shock. And I got on the table with literally everyone multiple times. And just let them wail on my arms because I wanted to get a feel of where everyone was at, how different hands and styles feel. But it was great. So what did we get up to? Derrick is going after the big boys.
Daniel, Tim 5-0.
Tim 5-0, yeah.
Fair enough, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's the general consensus, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So Derrick is going after the big boys. He's going all in since visiting Dubai and feeling retarded. I don't know what happened. A flick switched us.
Or something.
Which flicked, you mean? Shekel. You're supposed to have already.
That's liver. Kidney is someone different.
Oh, really? Oh, so there's two of them.
Yeah.
Levan Saganishvili's liver and Levan Saganishvili's kidney. Okay, so...
Unless he's both of them.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
it's possible. Yeah.
Fair enough. Do we know what triggered it? Just like... What, was Derrick not going after anyone big beforehand, before visiting Dubai?
I think he was obviously hungry, but it did look like when we interviewed him, he was a lot hungrier.
Yeah.
And I think that Levan Saganishvili's skinny said, when Derrick went on that trip, I think he just got hit with reality of, holy shit, this is where the levels are.
This is the actual
This is where I want to be.
Yeah, well, he gripped number 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
What do we got? It was supposed to happen already, so Derrick has to pull K. Can you please elaborate, Daniel?
Who's K?
I have no idea. I love watching both my daddies live. No worries, Mark. He's going to go deep inside you.
Nick Suss.
Hey, Leo, Mr. fucking Garage Wars representative. Does Melbourne have more training other than the House of Pain on Wednesdays?
There's a few. So there's a few small, like I wouldn't call them clubs, but there's a few people that host small sessions or just grip up with a few guys. There's one called the Croydon Arm Wrestling Club, which has a few guys there. They've made a few appearances, but I don't see them too much. I don't know who hosts this one. I don't know if it's Tim Rocco or Kiri or maybe Jake Ward is hosting a session for a few of those guys. But yeah, like those big numbers just aren't there anymore.
Yeah. Like you were saying before, you used to have like 40 people stacked in that room.
We generally used to be the biggest club in Australia, hands down. Like we had about 12 tables and we needed more and we couldn't fit them inside, so we had to move them outside, which was like we'd never had to do before, which was amazing. And then COVID happened and then we've just been going backwards since.
Fucking shit go. So Daniel meant Kadecha. So it was meant to happen already.
Really? Okay.
It was supposed to happen already, so Derrick has to pull Kadecha.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I think that's a fucking awesome match.
I think, again, Kadecha is going to be a big jump from Tim Prism. If Derrick manages to pull off Tim Prism, we've seen Kadecha basically steamroll through Ryan Espy, Hermes Gasparini, Tobias,
Sparong.
And he's not the same arm wrestler as he was 2 years ago. When he lost to Ongabayev and Krasi, like he was a baby in the sport still. Like he's a lot different now. I don't think people realize that. So I think he's going to be coming in hot over the next few matches. So there's talks he's got a big match in Arm Wars. Is it Arm Wars or
Who?
King of the Table? Alex Kadecha.
I think it might be King of the
Table. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the money's at.
Yeah. But yeah, if my boy Derrick manages to pull off Tim Bresner, I'm gonna send him some beer, some Vegemite,
JB,
yeah, and some spam.
Fuck yeah. I can see that. When was the last time you towed a match? Chris Smart.
We actually haven't had a match.
2016 Nationals. That was it.
Yeah.
There was one.
We didn't meet left hand.
Nope. Just right hand.
Yeah, we somehow avoided each other. I think it was because I was on the A side.
Yeah.
Because I remember being knocked down on elbows to Ryan McLaren. And then right hand, that's when I had that.
You fucked your wrist.
Yeah, I had a fractured carpal bone, hook of hamate. So that was fun. And then I decided just to compete because I was sick of being injured and sick of being out of action. And then went there and first match with Mario, went into a hook and it just popped straight away. So I was like, yeah, Mark, straight to get an X-ray. Fun times. But no, we really haven't had a match since, but I think we'll meet each other soon.
We're due in for one. Probably over the top.
I think over the top's going to be it, to be honest.
Yeah.
If not, New South Wales States, I'm going to try and get up to.
Yeah. We'll see each other there.
Yeah. What's a good beginner stack to run for arm wrestling?
Bro, fish oil. Nah, just 1,000 milligrams of Tren every day.
Yeah. Well, I basically do fish oil, vitamin D3, calcium, and magnesium. And then while I've been up here, I've been trying that supplement Boomstick. Yeah. Which is like a natural test booster. But yes, no pharmaceuticals for us, man.
No pharmaceuticals. Except the crystal pistol, man.
Maybe the glass Barley out there.
Fucking hell. Talking shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
my fiance is in the chat. Hello, darling.
Are you coming to the Vic State Comp? When is it?
I think it might be March.
No, I'm busy.
Can't do it, so you love it. I'm not even going.
Sick that day,
bro. Where the VBs at? They were on special today. Do you know how hard it was to not buy some?
It was pretty fucking easy to not buy some. Shit. Fucking BB.
True. Daniel said 2,000 trend, 1,000 test,
500 mil Deca. Yeah, that's pretty.
What is
That's
Deca?
it.
What is Deca, by the way? Is it just like a?
It's a form of testosterone.
Yeah. I don't know, they all sound like they do the same. Better be taking care of Andy up there.
Nah.
No.
He's gonna go home with fucking humerus pains and tendon fucking issues and all this other shit.
Kidney pains for the next 3 years.
Yeah, man. He's and the Mike Nolan shit ain't stopping. It's gotten enhanced. It's got an upgrade, man.
Who is the worst arm wrestler in both of your clubs?
Well, Lachlan Carpenter is obviously. Who's the worst than yours?
Basically. Who is the worst in my club? Jeez, I don't know if I should be honest here. Basically,
Define worst.
yeah, what is
Like,
the
are they
worst?
just a shit cunt? Like, you just don't want to be there when they're there at
Yeah,
the same time, or they're just like a weak arm wrestler?
yeah, that's a good
Can you
question.
elaborate? Because Lachlan fits both those categories, so we're all good on my end.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to skip that one because I generally don't know who the worst is. That's a pretty hard question. Is SARMs a common thing in arm wrestling?
Oh, actually, we had this little
We
discussion in the
actually
car.
did. So I do know some people who I've been told are on SARMs, but I don't know how common they are. So from what I know, that they're basically just like weak steroid orals that...
I'd say, in my experience, SARMs is orals, right? From what I've been told and what I've seen,
Yeah.
right?
But everyone that is knowledgeable on them has told me the same thing. They're really bad for your body for the benefit that you do get.
Yeah, which is minimal.
Yeah. But then again, I've seen people that I've been told are on SARMs that are massive and they're blown up. Like they blow up very quickly.
Mm.
So I'm like, okay, maybe they actually do a lot. So who knows?
Yeah, I've seen SARMs react very well with some people. So,
Yeah.
What have we got?
So the weakest. Yeah, I generally don't know who the weakest is in Melbourne. That's a really good question.
Leo from Brisbane. Yep.
Give top 5 natties right arm in Australia. This is interesting. Because I have a list of who I think are natural, but then it's like, at the end of the day, you never really know.
You can't.
But
we can't say that shit right now.
yeah. That's true. I mean,
Can't say that.
because if we do give a top 5, there may be someone natural not on the list who may think that we're insinuating that they're on stuff when they might not necessarily be on it.
Yeah.
But
So, like, the way we stand on the steroid situation, personally, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If you're on it or not, doesn't matter to me.
it's just going to be more satisfying when we come and get you.
Yeah, when we fucking pin you.
When some natty daddy come and pick you. Yeah. So, how common is creatine in arm wrestling? I've got some. I just barely use it.
Well, when I've wanted to put on some weight, I've stacked creatine with like a standard supplement range.
Yeah.
Protein powder and BCAAs and fucking whatnot. I find it works well. I found my recovery after a week's time of taking it. You know how you have to load it up into your system. It works. It works somewhat. I found that I have more endurance. Yeah. I try to pay attention to these things because I don't want to just continuously buy shit and thinking it works. So I do sort of document it in a way.
I mean, as long as you're eating enough and you're on top of your nutrition, it really isn't a great deal of supplements you should need to take.
Yeah.
Like I said, we take fish oil, magnesium, just for muscle cramps, for joint pains and staying healthy in that respect. But, I mean, I've been arm wrestling for over 7 years now, and the body heals just fine. Sleep and nutrition, it's the best thing you can do. It doesn't matter
and
what supplements you take.
Plenty of hydration, plenty of water.
Yeah. And that's one thing I've struggled with, hydration, but Muzz is keeping me accountable, making sure I'm drinking.
Yeah.
But then, the irony of that as I drink beer.
That's right, mate.
Yeah, mate. Don't do some, just a junk for you, just lift and arm wrestle. Yeah, basically that's the consensus I've heard. It's pretty shite. How common is ibuprofen in arm wrestling? I imagine pretty common. I don't use it unless it's, big events such as Arnold where you're pulling for multiple days in a row. In saying that, I've had to use it this week because we've basically trained 1 to 2 days every day.
1 to 2 times, yeah.
And today's the first rest day, and my arms are so sore. I've got joint pains that, can be comparable to getting stabbed in the face. Like, that's the level of pain I was feeling at some stage. It's just horrible. I was getting nauseous. I was like ready to tap out, but we soldier on.
Yeah, mate.
How do you stand against the rest of the world, Mario, and who is next?
Oh, fuck if I know. I have no idea how I stand against them. I went one competition in the US, and that was it. I mean, when Dan Mosey was down here, I got that lucky pin on him, but, who gives a fuck about that? That was way too long ago now. I don't know. I want to find out. That's all I can really say.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see you mix up with some Europeans, as would I.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of trying to get to Worlds this year.
Yeah.
But we don't know if we can.
Yeah.
Because of Australia and their COVID shit.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Who wins, Adam versus Andy? I have my opinion about this, but,
Just tell me your opinion.
I think I win.
Yeah.
I've been operating at 60 to 70% capacity this whole week, especially even going into practice on Wednesday, where I actually got to grip up with Adam for the first time in a long time. And he felt great, felt really, really strong, has some great avenues. But considering how I felt and the data that I got from that and how sore and fatigued I was, I really think that fresh me would cause him a lot of problems. But, I'd love to get on the table with him officially soon so that we can officiate that. That is just my humble opinion.
Sips, right?
Humble opinion.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Who wins Adam versus Andy? Yeah. He's probably right.
So can we just pay attention to who wrote that?
Yeah.
Danny Tesh's nutsack.
It's got its own YouTube account.
It's royalty.
I'll learn how to type.
Yeah.
Nice. You a fan of Spaniard? He's my fucking... We're both from Western Sydney, so a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, Newcastle. Yeah. Will you both be training backhand pronation from now on? The fucking Josh Barker special?
That's the only move I'm doing from now on.
That's all we can do.
That is peak performance right there.
Yeah.
Can you guys put your OnlyFans link in the description?
No. Not for you, no.
Yeah, we actually broke OnlyFans with how many subscribers we got. So we're actually having to wait for them to null out and troubleshoot all of that. So we'll let you know when our account's back up and running.
Yeah. And subscriptions $120 a month too.
Or just deliver us Jim Beam slabs.
Yeah.
It's way the road.
Only forearms.
Yeah. How about we talk about East versus West?
Yeah, I'll bring up the card actually, now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Right.
So this event is huge. We haven't seen this many matches and this much depth in a long time, in my opinion. Let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 16 matches. That's a big card. To start her off, we've got John Prism versus Kadzimirat Zoliov, who have history. That's just going to be mental. Zoliov somewhat recently beat Todd Hutchins.
Yeah, and he's looking good too, but he got injured at WAF.
He did?
Yeah, so that's why I think John Brzenk wins this match.
Yeah. Michael Todd versus Gennady Kvitvinia. That's a hard one, sorry. Gennady. I do believe Michael Todd's going to win this one.
Yeah, he's looking ridiculous.
Because we're getting a Michael Todd 2.0, which I'm starting to believe the propaganda. And Gennady, after seeing him against Hermes, I just really think there's going to be complications with his hand control.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mr. Beer
Burgoyne
versus Schoolboy. That's a question mark for me. Like,
how's that a question mark? You got a junior world champion fucking versus some fucking alco from fucking Canada.
Well, that's what I mean. I like that he's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I'm biased.
It shouldn't be any fucking question mark. It should be Evan all the way.
Why would I vote for some sober boy?
Sober Schoolboy.
Yeah, Schoolboy's, definitely the favourite, but I do think it's going to be close.
Okay.
Todd Hutchins versus Jordan Sonev.
Yeah, I think Todd.
I do think so as well. However, Sonev, I haven't really seen much of him lately, but every time he rocks up to a comp, he does so
And
well.
the comp's worlds, the hardest comp ever.
He's freakishly strong.
Yeah.
I mean, when we did a video about, the top 5 underrated arm wrestlers or arm wrestlers you may not know about, Sonev has some credentials behind him. So I'm really, I don't know. He's a bit of a question mark for me.
I don't think he can go hook to hook with Todd. And I haven't really seen Jordan do much else but hook in WAF, especially in the quarterfinals.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they went up against each other at Moldova. I believe they were both there, but yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't know too much about these two pullers. I know more about Angie Rose than Anna Gronlund. Gronlund. Yeah, what do you have to say?
I've never seen him pull, to be honest.
I've seen Angie Rose pull, but that is it, not Anna.
Okay.
So this is a question mark for me. Let us know in the comments. What do you know about these two arm wrestlers as far as history they may have? Have they pulled before? What are your predictions? This next one is what I really want to see.
Yeah.
Cody Merritt versus Arden Morozov. Both freak of nature's left arm. Arden looking, really looking to...
Just ridiculous.
Yeah. He's looking to basically make a second debut and cement himself as a really serious puller. Cody's one of the guys in the background that people speculate he's top 5 in the world. He could be number 1 in the world. How Cody does against Arden Morozov is really going to determine whether or not Cody deserves to be put in the same category as the top 5 in the world. Because I really do believe Morozov's right there as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely something special.
Yeah. Ron Barth versus FA Comac left arm. I would have to say FA on this one. Ron Barth's left isn't his strongest arm.
That's right, yeah.
And I do believe Ron Barth is past his prime. Jonathan Breder. I don't know who Jonathan Breder is. I apologize. Versus Zura Tavberitz.
Yeah,
Sorry if I butchered that name.
Is he from he's from the Georgian team, so he's obviously a fucking weapon.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know any of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
John and Zura.
Yeah. Chance Shaw versus Sandra Sidis. I really don't think Chance has much of a chance here.
Yeah.
Ron Barth against Zura, this time right arm.
Who knows? Ron's crazy strong, but it doesn't seem with especially because he's a lot older now, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are getting pins on him.
Mm-hmm.
For example, Jordan Sill.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah.
Who knows? And he had a war with Pavlo, who I'm not sure if he's really good or if he's just lucky.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Not too sure.
Let's quickly go back to the comments. Danny Tesh. Sorry, Tesh's a nutsack. What's your advice when your training partner starts training with his girlfriend instead? You just have to take him out on a date, candlelight dinner, open a bottle of wine.
Just cut her brakes, bro.
Yeah, cut her brakes. That's the way she goes.
Yeah, straight to the point, mate.
Basically.
It's got to break through.
Newcastle University Arm Wrestling Club. We will see you
yeah.
tomorrow. Do you think many internationals will show up to over the top?
No international.
This is
Well, except maybe New Zealand.
Yeah, this is
That's
a tough one. I originally thought there was quite a lot of interest internationally, but I really don't know what's going to happen as far as... Well, it's really a case of are pullers internationally willing to...
risk like getting stuck in our country.
Basically. So, yeah. That'll unfold as we get closer to the event. But, yeah, next update we hear, we'll come back to that. Because it is something I'm really curious to find out myself, is who exactly is coming internationally, if any. Eric Kang, show us your guitar skills, Mario.
No.
He actually just played through the Fire and Flames on Expert before we started this live stream.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Shotgun and beer. Well, I finished 2 beers and old mate's nursing it, so
Sorry.
that's not a shotgun.
Daniel's linked to Discord. Come talk to us and Derrick personally.
Is that the same Discord that Dankius is fucking running as well alongside Derrick? Because I don't want to be in that Discord. I'm kidding. I'll sign up to it after we close the stream. What else is there to talk about? Garage Wars.
We'll quickly just finish that card of East versus West. We're going to go through them all. Sophia
Isaac, yeah.
versus Rebecca Martin Kovačová.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Fia.
Yeah.
Arif Ertem versus Hermes Gasparini. It doesn't say what arm.
None of them really say what arm.
No. But I'm really curious to know.
I think Hermes, honestly. Just because Hermes lost.
Yeah, I'm going to say Hermes. Oleg Zok versus Betkili Oniani.
It'd be left hand.
Left hand. I don't see Oleg competing right handed anytime soon. But my boy Oleg's, I go for him every time. He very, very rarely disappoints, even in his recovering form.
Yeah, you can really just bet your fucking house on Oleg on any left hand match.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yusuf Zia, Yildiz. Sorry, that's...
And Oleg Cherkasov.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Oleg.
Yeah.
He looked fucking phenomenal in WAF.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. So, yeah, whatever arm, doesn't matter, honestly.
Yeah.
So, Vladislav, I don't know who this guy is, and Ramsey
Taibar.
I have no idea.
I don't know who he is, Ramsey Taibar. Does anyone know who Ramsey Tabor is? I'm not sure.
He must have performed well at Worlds this year to get an offer on the card.
Yeah. I mean, Engen's very articulate about who he chooses. So, yeah, I trust his judgment.
Anyway.
Dankius doesn't run shit. True.
Fair enough. Fucking hell.
Yeah. How about we move on to Garage Wars?
Yeah.
So, to anyone anyone following and anyone not following, in Victoria, Melbourne, I am running an event called Garage Wars. I'm going to be showcasing 4 super matches, left and right, 6 rounds. It is going to showcase...
It's basically like what Queensland versus Melbourne.
There's 2 Queensland versus Melbourne matches
and
2 Vic versus Vic matches. So This is where I'm going to be competing against Brett Coots, left and right, to find out who the number 1 Victorian ranked arm wrestler is. Bit of history of Brett Coots. He really hasn't lost to many people at all.
That's right.
He has losses to Ben Carroll and Ryan Scott. That's about it, really.
Yeah.
In recent history. He has wins on Ron Barth.
Comfortably
wins. And he's just one of those guys who people tend to forget about if he's not too active, and then he just comes back and destroys. So he's never been beaten by Blue or Lockie Adair, left or right, which speaks volumes in my opinion. Wish me luck, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to need it.
January 19th.
Jan 19th. It's going to be live streamed on the Andy and Mario show, but it's also going to be recorded and later edited and uploaded.
Yeah.
Like I said before, we're investing in some new equipment, software. So we really want to improve the quality of our productions and videos. So please keep up to date, give us feedback, and support us on our little alcoholic journey.
Nice. Nice. All right, so what do we got down here? Newcastle Uni, got 2 beers, your names on them tomorrow. Fuck yeah, man.
Hectic. Danny Tesh, Nutsack, says Travis said he wants to verse Dennis left for a Dennis comeback. Yeah, I mean, after he beat Georgi Svetkov, he kind of called out Denis Plenkov back then.
That was in 2018, right?
And then I believe Dennis hadn't versed Devin at that point.
Yep. Not yet.
And then Dennis proceeded to beat Devin in excruciating fashion, let's just say.
Yeah.
And I may be wrong, but Travis seemed to have went a bit quiet. But then at the same time, Dennis got very sick straight after that event. Is Travis just picking up the scraps of an out-of-form Dennis?
Well, he's also got a match this weekend. Same card as Lachlan and Todd. So we'll see how he goes with Brandon Alcessor, who I had a match with in Washington State. Yeah.
Had if Dennis not got sick, I would have said Dennis all the way if this match were to happen. Now that Dennis is recovering and clearly not near his best form, I think this is going to be really interesting, and maybe even Travis is the favourite to win this now.
Yeah.
But who knows? That'd be an interesting match, and I hope it comes to be really, because Dennis himself said recently in an interview with Vitali that he was going to get some medical tests done in January, which is this month, and then he was going to start his preparation for someone.
A comeback match.
Essentially. So I don't know who Dennis has in mind, but in the past he said he would take a rematch with Devin, but most likely to be left and right, or maybe just right, because Devin would be leaning towards a right-hand match.
Lieutenant Tesh's left bicep. It reminds me of like that Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You know, when you do you know exactly what I'm talking about?
Exodia.
Where you get different pieces.
You got 5 cards that make up Exodia.
Fucking oath. That's Danny Tesh right now.
Yeah, basically.
Will you both pull weight classes for OTT? Yeah, I'm pulling. I just want to get as much fucking arm wrestling as I can.
As in, because the big ones, the overalls, yeah?
Yeah, the big ones, no, like supers, basically.
And I imagine the weight classes would happen beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, if you pull the weight classes, you're almost guaranteed to ruin your chances of doing really well in overalls. But like Muzz said, I think you just want the most experience. And if you're going to fly into state for something, you might as well just do everything.
Yeah, the more fucking hours you can get on the arms, the better. Yeah, that's my opinion. People think I'm retarded, but I love fucking arm wrestling, so I don't really care.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I flew fucking halfway across the world for about 5 minutes worth of arm wrestling. Like fucking
basically.
And prepared myself hours and hours, hundreds of hours for sure.
That. Daniel says Devin would want left again, Dennis. Yeah, and I know he has said he'd want him right as well, so I imagine it would be a left and right match if those two were to go at it again. I've got a question for everyone in the chat while we're on the topic quickly. Do you think Denis Plenkov will ever be either close to where he was before he got sick or at his peak again? Or do you think his sickness has pose too many problems, and he's either not capable or it'd be too dangerous to make him get back to where he was. Because from what I've seen, Dennis really wants to get back to where he was. He's just been held back for the past 2.5, 3 years. So, yeah, would love to know. Yeah.
What else is there to talk about? There's not much else, eh?
No, we're covering a lot. Oh, here we fucking go. Have you seen this shit?
It's Shekel, bald as fuck, making fucking counts. Who else would it be?
Andy Vaskovsky's right arm. What do you think my chances are with Brett? I think they're pretty good if you play your cards right. However, it is not going to be an easy feat. And if you cannot do what you intend to do in the first few rounds, you can kiss your chances goodbye. Daniel says never. That's a fair point. Danny Kishma. Seriously, who makes these?
Maybe he gets a kidney transplant.
Maybe if he gets it. So this is interesting. So I know that the way that a lot of, officials, for example, Igor Mazarenko arm bets, they painted it, and even Dennis did, as it was a burst blood vessel adjacent to his kidney. And this was induced by basically lifting stupid amounts of weights in gym. But I think we can all agree that that's unlikely to be the case based on what we've heard from people who leaked information that are close to him. It sounded like it was actually kidney failure brought on by the last cycle that he did.
Excessive amounts
of cycle. And then from then that brought on, I believe, Bell's palsy. So he had facial nerve dysfunction. So that's why he had half his face was drooping. He almost looked like a stroke victim. But they continued to paint it out like it was just a burst of blood vessel, which, I'm not here to disrespect Dennis by any means, but I think, we're not stupid. So, yeah.
Oh, well.
I don't know. I think that was the point I was going to make. I think he already had a kidney transplant. That was the point that I was making. But from what I understand, the kidney transplant that he had, he was having issues. His body was having issues accepting the kidney as its own. For example, when you look at blood types, certain blood types won't mix if you were to get a transfusion. Similar to that of organs, sometimes the body can reject something that's foreign. So there may have been issues in that respect, and that's why it's taking him so long. And then he also had COVID, which while he was immunocompromised and sick already, that would have had some effects there that just lengthened his recovery. But anyway, that's enough. I digress. Oh my God, my Tim Marcus's truck.
I need petrol. Clearly not my truck. I need fucking diesel, cunt. Fucking retard idiot. Fucking Shekel the dog. Anyway.
Oh my God.
Mark, I expect he'd have to kill himself to get there.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Fair. I really do think he's at an age where he can't afford to be doing that to his body anymore.
Yeah, so because rejected kidney. Yeah. It's just he's literally making him on the fly.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Like, is he changing the name of the same account? Because the same account. And then is he deleting the comments?
Yeah, probably.
Because I can't find his previous comments from his other names now.
Who cares?
So yeah.
Who cares?
Sipling calls rejected kidney cancer. You're such a dumbass, honestly. This is what isolation does to you.
Yeah.
By the way, when are you back? After I leave, I imagine.
Classic. Avoiding a match with fucking Andy.
I can't believe you, mate. You're always late to training. Yeah. Anyway, let's quickly talk about, and I know it's It's still 5 to 6 months away, but Levan versus Devin. Does anyone genuinely believe, and I mean not just rooting for, genuinely believe Devin is going to do anything against Levan? Because I can't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it happening either. Well, as of this moment. Yeah.
Do Sippin Cobbs rejected kidney? I'm not check. Yima, I don't know if I believe that, but Yima. Mamma Mia says hell no. I mean, what's Devin meant to do? Gain a dangerous amount of weight? Maybe he rocks up at 300, 310, 315. I don't know. I just think that he's not going to be able to get around Levan's hand, even if he pulls a bit of a... Like, for example, if you look at round one against Devin and John, where John was able to actually get, maybe an inch or two from the pin line and really make Devin struggle, but Devin was able to drop into not quite a king's move, but very close to it in order to get the stop. I really don't think that Levan is, A, losing his wrist, and B, not able to drive through that. Like, it's just crazy in my mind. And I love Devin. I'm rooting for Devin to win this just because I always look at the underdog, but I can't see him doing anything. Same as Dennis versus Devin, left hand. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Yeah. Newcastle, the fact that John could do what he did without his wrist means Levan will likely dominate. I agree. And I really don't think that the peak that we saw against in Devon when he versed John versus the peak that we will see against Levan, I really don't think that he's going to fill that gap in or increase that peak enough to come close to Levan. So, there might be, I really do think it's going to be a repeat of Dennis and Devon.
Yeah.
And Levan's going to go through him 4 times and arguably give him a chance to work in the 5th or 6th round. But please prove me wrong, Devon. I'd love to see it. Mario, $10 is truck. Who are you talking about?
Yeah.
We're talking about Devon versus Levan, if that's what you're referring to. Strength gap is way too big. I agree.
Yeah, pretty much.
Devon's older. He's not getting any younger. I do believe that maybe we've already seen Devon's peak. If not, I think we're going to see it against Levan. Still won't be enough. Levan was winning handily, yet had to sit, pant like a fat kid, cash and cake. If you can stop him, he has no endurance to finish. I disagree. I believe it was either 2016 or 2017 when he versed Gennady. He was able to outdo Gennady in endurance. Since then, he's become a beast. Yes, with how heavy he is, he does show somewhat signs of respiratory distress over matches. But then you think about the amount of adrenaline that'd be coursing through his body in a match like, for example, Dave Chafee and whatnot. We saw Levan against Vitali, where Vitali was able to put up a fight for the first round, and then what happened afterwards was just embarrassing. It was just so one-sided. So we haven't really seen anyone other than Vitali in the last few years to really stop Levan, so we genuinely don't know if once you get a stop, that's it. It's like, well, yeah, maybe. I'm not saying no, but what we've seen, we just don't have that data yet, especially in recent years. Daniel, why are you not sleeping? Fuck me, Mark, giving him a bedtime. Yet Levan knows that after Dave, so yo pancake. Southwest arm wrestler. Have you seen Cressy versus Levan? Yeah, Levan did destroy him last time. Devon's best route to victory, I believe. It's still very tough. Yeah, I think he'll do better than Cressy, but I still don't think he's going to win. Just remember, Levan is getting better.
Yeah,
every bloody time he pulls. Whereas I really don't see Devon making noticeable gains match to match. Yeah, you see different peaks depending if he puts on.
He doesn't have the team like Levan does.
Yeah,
he has a Jordan arm wrestling team. They're all fucking.
Yeah. But Levan's had a steep trajectory as far as his capacity and strength has gone. Like it's unmatched. Like the last time we saw something like that was basically a Denis Sablenko.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe Alex Kodecha. He's on a steep trajectory as well.
He is.
I would actually prefer to see Alex Kodecha against Levan more than Devon. I still think that'd be a closer match, regardless of who wins. But anyway, if he gets to 330-ish pounds, I could see him scraping a victory. So 330 pounds would be what, like, isn't that close to 150?
160. Yeah, probably around there.
I'd imagine 150 kilos roughly. We are talking about now, not 2017. I don't think Levan's endurance has magically disappeared over the last few years. The stronger you are, the less endurance you need. So if anything, it's actually harder to test that. But while he is heavier and may not have the endurance he did, I still think he does. But he even explained, I believe it was, he got over 180 kilos for, I believe it was the first stage of top 8 back in 2019. Maybe in 2018, and he said that he felt laggish, and he actually dropped 10 or 15 kilos down to about 165.
So that was after the match with Ungabayev,
I think he dropped
weight for Vitali.
Yeah, and then he said he felt a lot healthier, and his endurance was up. But yeah, interesting nonetheless. I would love to see Devon at 330 pounds, but he rocked up at, was it 282 against John? 285?
Not sure.
I think it was between...
I just remember the Michael match.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it 280 to 285 Devon rocked up against John? And I think he was maybe slightly heavier against Michael Todd. To then do that again and add another 20, 30 pounds.
It's too much.
I think it's too much for him.
Yeah. He doesn't suit it. You know, like his body...
He doesn't, he's one of those guys that he's meant to be a leaner person.
Yeah.
He doesn't matter how much he eats, he struggles to put it on. Dude, he couldn't breathe after a dominant pin. It's possible. Yeah, I agree. Of course it's possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's still a case of like he could barely breathe and still manage to offset it and continue to be dominant. Yeah, I think it's just a case if he's such a big human that he's putting so much stress on his body. That's one of the reasons why I also think he's going to unfortunately end up like Denis. He can't afford to do this forever. But yeah, Andy Vaskovsky's kitten. Why don't you feed me enough? I'm always hungry. I'm actually starting to think that this is Celine.
Celine's a fucking like the mastermind.
She is. Why don't you feed me enough? I'm always hungry. If this is Celine, I'm the one that always feeds them enough, and you crack it saying that I feed them too much. So either this is a Sheck who's just gone full detective mode and has unveiled deep secrets of mine, always just spying, or it's just my miso. What's next? Mo's Lonely Guitar Collection for bucks.
Play Wonderwall together. I refuse to play that fucking weak song, mate.
Yeah. Remember when we used to play Wonderwall together?
No.
Can someone also check how many subscribers do we have now? Have we hit 500?
Doesn't change a thing, but...
No. We're still shit. Maria, what was the reason you lost to Ryan? Andy, do you think you fixed what happened? Well...
Are you referring to 2020?
The end of 2019.
No, it was end of 2020.
Sorry, end of 2020. Okay, so there's a few things to consider, and it doesn't change the outcome, but this is the facts. I came out of a 6 to 7 month lockdown, not being able to go to the gym or arm wrestle. The only thing I was doing at home was seated curls and some specifics from my basically my basement. I then got a call or a message from Ryan Bowen, 3 weeks notice, saying, would you like to pull against me in this arm fight? And I said, cool, I am begging to get out of this state. I would love to. I'm not going to be in my best form, but I'm not going to turn it down regardless of what happens. I took the match, no worries. I definitely wasn't primed or peaked or whatever. I then did basically just over 2 weeks worth of arm wrestling because we had just come out of lockdown, or maybe 3.5 weeks, because I think it was a week and a bit. We came out of lockdown. I was training with Brett, and I was starting to get a bit of my form back. I was starting to feel a bit better, no worries. Went up there, versed Blue. He won convincingly. And I had asked him, are you on any steroids? I don't mind, just let me know. No, he said he was natural. From that, I later found out through him that he actually was on a cycle or 2 or more, which, like Muzz said before, I don't care who's on steroids, no worries. But just be honest with me. I just think it shows, more about your character. But yeah, that's basically the reality of it. I feel a lot better these days. I've been training a lot more consistently. I'm not saying I would beat Blue again, because obviously now that he's admitted to the world that he's on steroids, obviously his trajectory is going to be steeper than mine, because trying to catch someone on the gear is not an easy thing to do. But yeah, I'm definitely not the same person I was in 2020. I arm wrestle a lot better. I'm stronger. I'm more refined. I'm tighter. I'm faster. My hand doesn't let me down as it did back then. So yeah, I would love more opportunities to pull some of those high guys. But at the moment, I don't have too much interest to pull with Blue. Basically, what I said was the reality of what happened. But yeah, thoughts?
Yeah, obviously you got fucking better after that time.
Yeah.
And your the way you pull's changed too. So
yeah. And also, I don't care if I lose. Like, I'd rather take an arm wrestle and lose because it's experience. Blue's one of those guys that prides himself on taking loss after loss after loss, because it's made him into the person as an arm wrestler that he is. So yeah, I mean, I don't care about versing people below me, above me. I will accept matches all the time. I just want to get myself out there more. And yeah, I feel like when you turn down an arm wrestle, I feel like that's when you're limiting yourself to what you can actually do.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. We've just been given some halftime snacks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'll leave it there.
Would you want a match with Blue?
I'll 100%. I'll take a match if he wanted it, but I do believe that I'm not on his map at the moment. So
once you do get beat by Blue, it's like you don't get another match.
Yeah. So I'll if I see him in a comp, I'll be more than happy to get on there and try to do my best. But I think there's a few matches I'd want before. So Brett, Blue, obviously Brett I've got coming up. I'd love Jordan Davis. I'd love Fatali, you and Mima. And once we get through those guys, it's really just Blue, Lachlan, and Ben Carroll, Ryan Scott. Yeah, and then So strength gap doesn't seem accurate. If you're still referring to the match between Blue and I, well, yeah, we had a match in 2019 which was much closer. But yeah, so not that it's necessarily a bad thing, but obviously cycles help.
Yeah, and obviously helped him.
Yeah. Devin needs to be a speedy 280, get a stop. FR will have a heart attack. You're probably right. He's not meant to be that heavy. I think he's I don't know how Levan can manage to how does he maintain that weight and maintain his life?
It's
scary.
Work, right?
You look at people like Eddie Hall, Hatfield, when they were in strongman, they were going to kill themselves. They couldn't afford to be that weight forever. Ryan Phillips, good to see you, brother.
The OG, man.
The OG. If Devin can drag out round one with the grip up, set up, there's 2 minutes before the first ready going. Over 6 rounds of Vaughn's endurance could get tested. I would love to see that, and I think Devin's the guy to do that, just to screw around in the setup.
Well, he's already got the ref and the rule sets in his favour, right?
Mm.
And we saw that come to fruition when he versed John.
Yeah, for sure. Ryan Phillips is the OG.
Yeah, he definitely is. When was his dominant years, Ryan Phillips' dominant years in Australian arm wrestling?
Well, 2014, Melbourne Cup, he actually got a pin on Brett Coots.
Yep.
Right. I believe prior to that, he had pins on Grant and Dan Itesh.
Yep.
After 2014, I don't know what some of his biggest wins were.
Okay.
Ryan, let us know in the comments, please. Would love to hear. And also to Ryan, what are you doing as far as arm wrestling is concerned? We'd love to see you back, please.
He was at Phil's match with Sam.
Okay, yeah.
In June last year, so
yeah.
Cool. Didn't mention he was coming back.
Yeah, we're still on 498 subs. 2 more to go. Thanks, Daniel, for sharing that. Really appreciate it. Okay, who's doing this now? Young Andy Vaskovsky, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Well, back then I was probably in prep, so I would see myself in grade 4 in 5 years based on that photo. But right now, in 5 years, I would love to be WAF World Champ. That is my goal, WAF World Championship.
So when you're 30?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And the reason why I say WAF is because it's tested. And that's where I think I belong, regardless of whether or not there may be some corruption going on.
Corruption or fucking what's it called? Incompetent fucking testing.
Yeah. Andy Vaskovsky's ripped edition. Fuck me.
That must be the fucking pool photo.
It's got to be Celine. I'm convinced it's Celine. Would you take $2 million to never arm wrestle again or go gym? No, I would not take $2 million because with $2 million, I would just buy things I don't need and not be happy.
Or you'd be halfway. That'd be a deposit for a shoebox in Bondi.
Or I'd just develop a drug addiction and die young.
Really?
Nah, jokes. I'm already there. 16 viewers, at least 2 haven't subbed. Help these guys out. Let's go. Get 500 tonight. Quick shout out to Daniel because
he's championing our cause, mate.
Yeah, 100%.
More subs.
Andy Vaskovsky's tractor. Okay, you're literally just going through my Instagram at this stage. Do you plan on taking me for a spin soon? Yeah. Well, that was in New Zealand, and I believe the caption was, "It ain't much, but it's honest work." So yeah, might have to take it for a spin soon. Strongman guys have perfect roid guys and perfect diet. Amazon does not. Yeah, that's fair. I, the top dog. Murray, the myth, the Spartan. What's going down, big man?
Oh, sweet fuck all at the moment. Gonna arm wrestle tomorrow. That's about it.
Yeah.
There's not much else to say.
Yeah. Ryan Bowen's growth hormone dealer. I subbed. Thank you, Mr. Growth Hormone Dealer. I think you should be called endocrinologist.
That's right.
Daniel Mario will chug a beer for 2 subs. Let's
I'll
get
just chug a beer for fuck all, mate.
Yeah. If we get 500 subs, I will chug this half beer right now. But you have to tell me that we're at the 500.
We're going to lose subs because you said that.
Yeah. Magically back to 300. Mario will take a beer, blah, blah, blah. Or 10 subs, I'll have...
Oh, it's Ryan. Fuck yeah.
Me and I'll shotgun. That's a good... Ooh, can you video it?
What?
Oh, no, she's using Zoom. Fuck yeah, man. Is Ryan Mario, you still slaying that arm game? Oh, no, it's Ryan Mario. You still slaying that arm game.
Yeah. Trying hard. This chat's going off.
Yeah. So, yeah, this chat is going off. Thanks to everyone who's come and been interactive.
Appreciate
it. This is how we do it.
So you're looking at our subs?
Yeah, but it hasn't updated. You know what? We've probably hit 500, but it hasn't immediately updated because we haven't changed, even though we've said multiple people have subbed just during this live stream. So
how do we know?
Well, because someone already said they subbed just then, and someone did before. But I just looked at it and it hasn't updated.
What am I eating?
What are you eating, Muzz?
Why does it matter? What else is there to talk about?
There's
not much.
Do you guys want us to cover anything else? Shoot some questions our way. We've basically covered everything we set out to. We're going to train with the Newcastle arm wrestling team tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll grab some footage of that too.
We'll film that and upload it. We've both basically had a rest day, so I think we'll feel a bit better tomorrow for the first time.
Yeah.
You might. Ryan Phillips, when was 90 to 95 kgs? I got pins on Ryan Scott, Brett, Danny, Blue Dog, and others. Basically has, amazing credentials. Been training with the Powerhouse boys the last 6 months and sitting around 80 kilos now. That's really good news. In saying that, in light of that, I would love to come up and train with some of the guys in Queensland.
Yeah, I was hoping to visit you Powerhouse boys around Australia Day.
Yeah.
And obviously stay there for the whole week and weekend. But yeah, it'd be good to group up with you at that point if I do head down or head up.
Yeah.
Fucking your right calf.
Oh, come on.
Why don't you train me? It's all about biceps.
Fuck me. To be fair, we just did legs last night, and I did train calves. So fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. RVJ vs Dallas.
RVJ.
Yeah.
Just in the hand.
I think even Dallas would agree.
Yeah.
Like that move that he does, it's really unique, but it won't work with RVJ's super hand dominant.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit more side pressure dominant, and Dallas's move really fucks me. So.
Andy, you got to get your bench and overhead numbers up, mate. Your inside game will go through the roof.
Yeah,
I agree.
I've told this a million times.
We've literally been, we've trained chest, tries, and shoulders this week. Basically, my best bench is 130, which is still poverty, and my best shoulder press is 70 kilos for force. But I'm going to change my training when I get back home because I've basically only ever done, push days once a week max. So it really wasn't enough to grow and get stronger. So I've just been at a plateau for a very long time. Like I hit a 130 bench when I was 17 and I'm 25 now and it hasn't gone up. So that speaks volumes about A, either I'm doing something wrong or B, I'm still doing something wrong, but just not putting in the work. So yes, we'll definitely work on that. I've had a goal for a little while now to bench 140. I think it's time I actually pursued it. But yeah, this week, if you're referring to our gym days, I was so sore from everything we were doing that I just felt like crap at gym. So everything was hard. But yes, I will take that on board because I know, Ryan, with your strongman background, your bench and overhead lifts are just insane. But yeah, my right calf, Engen versus Dallas was brought up. Travis, thoughts? Engen.
Dallas.
You reckon?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm still going to say Engen. If it's a healthy Engen. I know he tore his biceps, so I don't know. But
not only that, he's lighter, isn't he? Dallas is a 210, 215 guy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So what's that, 95 kilos?
Yeah.
What's Engen?
95 to 100. Engen should be around 90.
Yeah.
Should be.
I mean, if it's pancake versus pancake, who knows? I would. Well, look, you've pulled Dallas, so you know what he feels like. Whereas I haven't pulled either.
Feels ridiculous.
I'm just going by. I don't know. I'm just going by credentials. There
are some boys in Tasmania. Yeah, can you link them? I've never. Do you know them?
So yeah, I've been to Tasmania before and trained with some of the guys.
Oh shit!
I haven't been there in quite a few years, so I don't know if the same people are still arm wrestling or if it's a new club or whatever. But yeah, link us the name of their club. Yeah, definitely. We'd love to show some love. Leo Marcus, ever since arm wrestling, I never hit another bench overhead press PR again. That's basically how I felt. When I started arm wrestling, I couldn't bench more than 60 kilos for about 9 months because the joint pain in my elbows and shoulders was just so horrific. So that's partially why I gave up on it for so long. And I've revisited it and got my numbers back up, but I've never really been able to push past that. So, yeah.
Well, I've been hitting fucking bench and overhead PRs for like the last 6 months. So
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, training your regime has put things into perspective about what I'd need to do to actually get gains.
yeah,
Because I know I haven't been training properly in that respect.
yeah.
Um,
If you want like a PDF file of what I do, you can just hit me up on Insta.
yeah.
I'll send it through to you.
Yeah, pretty much. Wider anti-doping. I have my eyes on both of you.
Not fooling anyone.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's the funny
I'll
thing.
piss in the cup any day. It's fine.
Literally. Because like when we did an interview with Arden, we were talking about steroids.
Oh, yeah.
And he said he didn't believe us to be natural because he doesn't believe anyone to be natural. His mindset was just assume everyone is on steroids, which I can understand because the amount of times people have told me that they're natural and then it's been revealed that they weren't. So I have trust issues in that respect as well. But in saying that, I know I can live with myself knowing that, I'm natural and I have no plans to be on anything, but yes. Nerdy daddy. Who's the best newbie arm wrestlers around Sydney, Queensland? Check.
Yeah. Some of the Newcastle guys are really good too.
Well, from what I felt,
when you say newbie, I'm guessing you're meaning like started recently. Yeah, Newcastle guys. We have a couple of people. Really trying to think. Jaden from Wollongong, he's new, he's good. Jet learned the ropes really quickly. Gary Kaczynski, he's learning the ropes. He broke his fucking forearm. I think it was his ulnar bone at New South Wales comp, and he's back. He's doing good. He looks strong. You arm wrestled him on Wednesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's him. Okay. I did not realize that he'd broken his arm, but there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, those are. I don't want to leave anyone out, but
yeah,
there's a few more too. Actually, there's a few more, but most, not a lot of our club. I'd say a third of our club is new pullers, and they're all picking up the ropes really well, and they're doing very well. So, yeah. And Queensland, I'm not too sure.
Yeah. I know them. I'll PM on Instagram. Thank you.
I'll hit him up.
Show him the way, Mario. Your bench and overhead is solid. 130.
Thanks, bro.
1 at 17 is crazy. Yeah, but the fact is it hasn't changed in 8 years. That's a bit sad.
Yeah, you have to focus on it. That's the hard part.
If you start throwing it in, it'll jump up very quickly and you'll feel the gains in a hook. Yeah, like I kind of went through a phase where I thought, well, is it really going to help me be a better arm wrestler, or could I substitute it with more specific exercises? That's kind of what I did for a while. But you know what? Sometimes it's good just to change things up and take a break from what you're usually doing, overcome plateaus and things like that. Mad World, hey boys, where the hell do we watch Lachlan versus Hutchings? Is it live on Blue Balls?
You'll have to buy the pay-per-view on his channel. So just head over to his channel and then I guess look for the link. I'm not sure what time. There's no information out there at this point.
Wasn't it 1 p.m. for us? That the event starts?
Oh, actually, yeah. Someone messaged my group chat and mentioned it's 12 p.m. Brisbane time. So that's 1 p.m. here in Sydney, and I think 1 p.m. in Melbourne time.
Yeah. But yeah, keep on top of it just in case.
Don't quote us.
Andy Vaskovsky's lats.
What the fuck?
Are you boys part of the bowling crew?
Yeah, this is definitely Shaq. Yeah.
What an absolute banana. Eric Kang, do you think Larrett will grip up with Chafee to see where he sits with LeVan?
That's what I would have done if I was Devon.
Yeah.
I'd spend so much time with Chafee till I did what LeVan did to Chafee, then I'm good to go.
That's what we literally spoke about this the other day. I would
Yeah.
just spend the next 3 months training with Dave.
Yeah.
Doing a massive training camp like he did for his boxing match with Thor. Really get serious and invest yourself, indulge in it. And then, like Muzz said, once you get to that place where you can control Dave.
Yeah, with pure fundamentals, with no king's move, no fucking bullshit.
Yeah. So I think I might have missed someone's comment. Daniel Wilder himself is roaring, so yeah. Lachlan should challenge the Europeans, Matashenko and Zeranov. Yeah, I mean, I think he'd beat Matashenko. He'd maybe more towards a David Dadikin. Yeah. I think that'd be a better match. Connor Johnson, you guys looking big, lads. What's up, Connor? Son.
Yeah, not doing too bad.
Yeah. Mad World, thanks, guys. Daniel, link to the State Kings. Thank you very much, Daniel. Welcome, Bet and Dream. Awesome. Yeah. Should we close up?
Yeah, I've got nothing else to say.
Yeah. This was a really good turnout tonight, guys. So I really appreciate everything.
Yeah.
And everyone's
So let us know if you want us to do some more streams.
Yeah.
If you want us to do like a live workout too and the stream at the same time.
Yeah. And if you haven't, check out our recent videos. So we've got a bunch of gym videos that we've released.
That's part of like the plan that I'm following to
Yeah.
get my bench and overhead press,
Yeah. And there's also the Wednesday night Sydney session with all the arm wrestling crew there.
That was a good video.
Which obviously we limited a lot of the footage that we included, but there was basically 3.5 hours worth of pulling non-stop that we did.
Yeah,
So,
and there
like,
was 5 tables.
I honestly haven't pulled that much in such a long time. And the funny thing is when you go into state, basically you just have a target on your back. So I'd be arm wrestling someone and then there'd be a queue that basically forms. So then you just get sucked into arm wrestling nonstop, which has just been the best. So I really appreciate everyone that came and ripped my butt the other day. So yeah, that was fun. Up until then, we just got Newcastle tomorrow and we'll be chilling until I leave on Monday.
Yeah, pretty much. We got some more questions.
We do. Okay, we'll keep answering these questions for as long as we can. But yeah.
So
Celine, hello, darling. You're doing great, sweetie.
I thought she said sweaty.
Well, I have been pretty sweaty in every session we've done. Workout is the best. Right, Phillips,
Yeah.
What are you both weighing right now? What's your end weight goal? So you weighed yourself the other day. What were you?
I was 108, 108 kilos.
Yeah.
I want to be a lean 100 to 100 and possibly 2.
Yeah.
I'd like to be.
I just weighed myself today. With clothes, I was 116, so I've put on a few kilos.
Yeah, well, he's been eating and drinking like a fucking crazy cunt.
Yeah, pretty much. So I haven't been I did get to 116 at one point this year, but then I cut down to about 111, and then now I'm back up to 116, which I didn't realize. Rod says recent vids are Sigma. Thanks, man.
Oh, fucking thanks, Roddy. Appreciate it, man. I'll probably see you soon.
True. Danny Gotesh, IP blood, should I stop dosing? No, just keep upping it. That's normal.
Yes. Standard.
PM me, let's grow this channel. Yeah, boy.
Fuck yeah.
Mr. Steel Yo Girl.
Fuck yeah.
The funny thing is it has C on it, so it's probably Celine. Yeah, good luck with that one. Danny Gotesh. Ew. Ryan Phillips, nice boy, solid.
Beautiful.
Leah Marcus, how long do you guys taper for? 1 to 2 weeks. It's basically a week for me.
I'm still working that out for myself.
Same.
I've had really good success with just fucking training till the day before.
Yeah.
So WA state titles, I did that.
Yep.
Yeah. And it wasn't relatively heavy. I mean, it was like 70% of my max.
Yeah.
In all those lifts.
Basically, like I'm pretty much past hitting 1 rep maxes. I work for sets of 6 consistently as my lowest. So that way I'm not destroying my central nervous system. And by the time I get a week out, I don't feel too beat up, because I think the mistake that a lot of people make is as they get closer and closer to an event, they train harder and harder, which they can easily run themselves down or hurt themselves. And then they might have 5 days off, 7 days off, but they're still not truly 100% by that stage, because you've basically just beaten yourself up to the brink where you may be close to an injury or you're just overworked, and then you're just taking a week off with nothing. And it really only takes 4 to 5 days for atrophy to begin in certain areas of the body. So I think you go really, really hard up until about 2 weeks out, and then everything else from there should be fine-tuning and staying tight, staying fresh, getting blood into areas, shadow moving, what do you call it, shadow hitting?
Shadow movements and visualization. That helped me a lot too. So I'd like to visualize my opponent. And then just try to do the move that I think will work best.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Who is top 3 you felt in Sydney, Andy? Adam. Well, I know obviously Murray is number 1 in Sydney, but there's Adam Laura. And I didn't get the chance to feel Lachlan Carpenter, who would arguably
Who was ducking you.
Who's arguably number 2 or 3. He recently beat Adam Laura. But, everyone felt so strong. Everyone's coming up. I felt like dog shit just because I was so sore. But another special mention was Dave.
Big Sexy. We call him Big Sexy.
Dave is just phenomenal. He's learning very quickly. Was he 2 years into the sport?
Something like that.
But he felt really good on the table, felt tight, felt really strong, moves well. And I think if he keeps up, he's going to be a serious threat in the future. So keep an eye out for Dave in the future. Apart from that, Bowen is a strong upcomer. He's about, what would you say, 6'5"?
Yeah, Bowen Cantado.
Really long arms and leverages. He's going to be really good in the future, so I'm really excited to see how he progresses. He seems to be really motivated as well. Who else would you say? Oz, who hosts the Sydney Arm Wrestling practices, he's just phenomenal. You'd look at him and he's a very unassuming guy, gentleman, but then as soon as you get on the table, he's got so much basically just inside power.
His ability to stay tight is pretty insane, right?
Yeah, 100%. So I was really impressed with how he felt as well, so props to him. Daniel delivering the goods again, thank you. Jordan, g'day, Mr. Davis, my babe.
How's it going?
Cracky Jimmy for me and Scarlett. Don't threaten me with a good time. Danny Gotesh, Jordan match prediction.
In the battleground
against Stoica.
Oh, he's winning it.
Jordan is winning.
Like no problems.
Yeah. Lachlan 5-1. So if it is out of 6 rounds, then yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mario versus Danny Tesh. That is a great match, but unfortunately we will never see it because Danny has retired and has no plans to make a comeback.
You know what the shit thing was? I went to every single comp and he was in it. Mm-hmm. I never got to grip him.
It's bizarre.
I've trained with him.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. Jordan versus Stoica predictions again. Yeah, I'm picking Jordan. Which round does Todd get, Jordan? Small dude, but strong. 5th round after Lachlan wipes the floor and starts experimenting. Interesting.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah. And obviously Jordan knows exactly how Lachlan is feeling because he just recently gripped up with him.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, I think we should wrap her up there.
Yeah,
We've been
wrapping
going
this
for
up.
about an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's way too long.
Yeah. But just goes to show,
We're very
time
interesting.
flies when we're shit. All right. Thank you, everyone, for checking in.
Thanks for
We
joining
really
me.
appreciate all the interaction. We'll keep you updated with the training tomorrow. Did you want to live stream or just film it? Did you want to live stream or film tomorrow?
No, we'll film tomorrow.
Done. We shall film tomorrow, and you shall see that in the next day and a half to 2 days.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, guys, let's leave it there. Thanks for checking in. We'll see you all soon. Stay strong, have a Jimmy, or get a shivvy.
Yeah. See you, mate.